of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. If you decide that you don't want to live that life, you want to be financially free, you're going to be going against the grain. In America, where obesity is an epidemic, if you decide you don't want to be severely overweight and negatively affect your health, you're going to be going against the grain. In America, where most people take prescription drugs, alcohol, or ingest some type of toxin in and go beyond just a basic prescription but abuse, you're going to be going against the grain if you really take care of your physical, mental, and emotional health well without taking these toxins. And sometimes they may be needed with some prescription pills, but hear me out. What I want to share with you is when you go against the grain, you're going to face a tremendous amount of resistance. I remember the first time I did paddleboarding. Paddleboarding is like when you stand up on a big surfboard and you have a paddle and you row. Very similar to kayaking, but you're standing up on this like surfboard thing. And every time I saw someone do it, I said, man, that looks so fun and easy and simple and relaxing. Paddleboarding is very stressful on your knees. And if you're in a current where you're paddling against the current, it's hard. In electrical theory, if there's a lot of resistance on the electrical line, it can cause the circuit breaker to trip. You may need to get a bigger size wire or have a higher level of voltage to push past the resistance and deliver electricity. What are we talking about? We're talking about in this world, if you're going to do some things in life like be financially free, like not negatively affect your physical health, whether it's through being severely overweight or ingesting too many toxins with cigarettes or smoke, alcohol, or too much prescription drugs, you're going to have to really be conscious that most people are not going to like you. Not because you're a bad person, but because you're going in the opposite direction. They're resistance because they are not doing what you're doing. And by you being odd, you yourself are a judgment to them. Now you say, well, people don't like you because they don't, you're a bad person or you got a bad attitude. Look, people want you to conform to make them feel comfortable. So it's lonely at the top and it's lonely going against resistance. Because you best believe when you come in happy and you see and you get to do whatever you want with your direct deposit paycheck every 2 weeks, and your boss has to pay off debt, your boss has several children, they're not happy. Look, they want you to be happy, but they can't fully celebrate because they're going in the opposite direction. They're going with 80% of society. Tony, good to see you, brother. Sam, how's it going? The temperature right now? Well, it's a cold front in Florida. 65 degrees is the high, but this weekend we're back to 80 degrees. That's why when you move to Florida, move to South Florida. Why? Because North Florida, you might as well be in Georgia. And South Florida is tropical. The cold front may come a couple weeks out of the winter in the 60s, but then we're right back to the 80s. And that's what South Florida is. What's the temperature in Maryland? How are you? Look, Tony goes against the grain. Why? Because he has a non-conforming job as a musician. Okay, so most of society has jobs in retail, in medical industry, IT, a trade. So if you're going to be an artist, you're probably going to starve. You're going to be in poverty. That's why they have the phrase starving artist. Now you can supplement that through marrying rich. He married a pharmacist. A lot of you psychopaths are abusing prescription pills, and that's what allows Tony to live financially free. But what I can tell you is the amount of focus, the amount of grace of God, the amount of failure, because you're going to fail. You have to learn to try to understand your failure and keep going. Even when you are in the midst of your failure, not a young kid, left me a comment. He said, I stopped watching your channel for a while. I was young and I got scammed out of $8,000. Now, whether he put it into an investment and he lost it or whatever, you won't learn until you fail. So that's a good thing. But he said he still kept a savings account and he was able to recover and he kept a steady job. You can lose 8,000, 800,000 and you can recover. And it's better to lose when you're young and always keep some extra savings and always keep a steady job. Because even if you lose all your investments, if you have a steady job and if you have a savings, you're never destitute. Because you're going against the grain, okay? But you don't want to go against the grain in everything. You don't want to, I don't want to get a job because I'm going against the grain. Well, you have to understand, look, it has to be a level, okay, of productivity in your life where you're working with society because society's giving you a lot. You don't have paved roads, stores, nurses, doctors, all the people who make cars. You know, if everyone decided to do nothing and go against the grain in everything, then there would be nothing. Journey with Jordan, okay, is about to show everyone what it is to tap into your potential. Why? Because what he's about to do is make a lot of money. Okay. And at a certain point, he will leave his parents in Tennessee, not out of hate, but out of love. Why? Because he will become his own man. And he will go to Naples, he will get a promotion, and he'll take that promotion. He won't be scared of it. And he'll be better served. Why? Because he already had a good job, but he failed. But guess what? That's how you learn. And guess what? Journey with Jordan now knows there's some things you go against the grain, there's some things you don't. Like when you're at your job, you don't go against the grain most of the time. When you're in your personal life, you go against the grain because you got your own personal goals. You play the game a little bit. You can't go against the grain in everything. Why? Your self-interest and, you know, it's not just us in the world. You know, there's your personal life where you're a dictator. And then there's society where you are in a shared environment where there's a level of shared respect for common decency. Journey with Jordan. And never quit your job without having another job. You figured it out. And guys, this is how you figure out life, through failing. Okay? And that's good. It's good to fail in your investments, fail at your job, fail in your relationships, and fail young. Why? Because that you get hit in the chest, you're gonna have to recover a little bit, but then you get back up. Okay. And Journey with Jordan, praise the Lord, he got back up quick. Okay. He was down on the mat a little bit, but he got back up. And now, like the scriptures say, fall 7 times, stand up 8. What I tell Journey with Jordan is what I tell everyone on every other Friday, okay, or whenever your payday is. Direct deposit is your reward for not going against the grain all the time. Then you can take that direct deposit money and you can put it wherever you want if you want to try to beat the odds. There's a time to go against the grain and there's a time to play the game. But to do both requires extreme focus so that you can navigate the system without hating the system, because the system, as imperfect as it may be, any first world country is a blessing. Okay. Any. Okay. And so let's continue to read. He goes, another piece of great inspirational wisdom. Well, brother, I'm so proud of you. Why? Because I know you're going to do great things. You, Hal, and a lot of the young middle-aged people that have so much potential, that don't study anything, just keep showing up. I finally listened to the rest. Good to see you, Upscale. I'll read your comment. I finally listened to the rest of my viewer ESP in Alaska's video about why she didn't live in a Prius. I couldn't watch it initially a couple weeks ago because she was talking about Dairy Queen. Okay. And again, obesity is an epidemic. Chick-fil-A, okay, is killing society. Okay. And so you gotta be very careful. Very careful. So you say, well, look, guys, this is the thing. When I got out of obesity, the hardest part was going into work, because at that time I was still in the office every day. And there being free Dunkin' Donuts, there being free Panera Bread. Panera Bread, okay, is skinny food for fat people. All that shit's unhealthy. But what I can tell you is I had to figure out, how do I go against the grain and not eat this stuff, but at the same time socialize and network and be present. Because that's why you stay in the job force. That's why don't worry about studying online and getting all these certifications, because you know how you benefit is by being there, being amongst people, showing your face, interacting. They want to see your personality. Okay, above your resume, people want to see your personality. And when you're absent, you can't get recognized. Okay. And so, but what I'm trying to tell you is I had to figure out, and it wasn't easy in the beginning, it took some failure. I had to figure out, how do I not partake in unhealthy eating, but at the same time still partake in being there at the job? So, and initially, look, you need to do whatever you need to do for your health. But what I'm trying to tell you is, don't accept free Dunkin' Donuts. Don't accept free Panera Bread, even if your job supplies it. Why? You got to take care of your health. You're going against the grain. At the same time, don't call your boss a fat bastard. Why? Because you don't want to go against the grain all the time. Okay. Good job. Journey with Jordan, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag, money bag. Why? Because you're about to change the world. You're going to go high in the executive world. And I don't know if you're going to live in Tennessee, but I would love to see you in Naples. And you're never paying state income tax. Why? Because why the hell should you pay state income tax when the national debt is $30 trillion? Okay. And what I could tell you is this: I'll never pay state income tax, okay? God willing, okay? And if I do, I'm getting my accountant on the phone. I say, what can we write off? Because I got the receipt for everything, okay? Because what I can tell you is this, guys, okay? I'm working hard to try to achieve my final goal, which is build supplemental income, keep a steady job, and have the ability, okay, to retire early when and if I wanted to. But mainly just knowing that I have a lot of options. That's a peace of mind that most people in society don't have. 80% of society, paycheck to paycheck. You're going against the grain. You're going against the grain if you're not living paycheck to paycheck. If you're not living paycheck to paycheck and you're a member in here, I don't even care if you married a pharmacist, I want you to give me a money bag emoji. Why? Because damn it, you are the 20% of society. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck, or if you don't like this message, if you're giving me the Seinfeld, or you think you better than me, someone gave me that today on a message. I blocked them because I said, yep. Why? Because you are a crab trying to pull other people down. Because if you take my videos as me being better than you, fuck you, okay? Fuck you, okay? Why? Because I know that mindset. I had a couple people throw that in my face. And a guilt trip is a form of manipulation. If me shining, okay, makes you look like shit, it's only because cockroaches scatter when the sun comes out. So what I could tell you is this: you could take that saying and you could shove it up your ass. Why? Because I learned a long time ago, don't dumb yourself down to dummies. Why? Because it's not that you're better than them, it's that they're a piece of shit, okay? And what I could tell you is a piece of toilet paper is better than them, okay? Why? Because if you got shit and you ain't got no toilet paper, you're fucked, okay? And there's a lot of people out there, they fucked, okay? And they can recover. Because if you can recover from losing 8,000, 800,000, getting fired, you can recover from everything, but you got to take accountability. You can't blame your YouTuber who's working 3 jobs, delivering a video every day, blame yourself, but you won't do that. You'll play games with your government-issued therapist, or you'll say you married a narcissist when the fact is your ass is insecure and you played the fucking game too. You're a narcissist, okay? And I don't want to hear all this psychobabble bullshit, okay? Because the truth is, you're just a piece of shit, okay? And what I can tell you is this: what do I do when I see a piece of shit? Well, I stepped in a piece of dog shit today when I was going for a walk, and I put some water on that shit, I cleaned it up, and I was pissed. But what I can tell you is this, guys, you gotta do you. All right, let's continue to read. Upskill. Not showing up to your job is the biggest friction. Here you go. You can create in your life. Don't do that. Amen, brother. Now you have managed to become a burden on yourself. Amen. Worst thing you can do for yourself is not show up. Best thing is show up. I'll tell you right now, you don't need any degrees. You need to show up every day. Good job. Upscale 2 money bags emoji. That's what I'm talking about. You want to know what it feels like to live in a Class C with $60,000 in a savings account? Is upscale worry about inflation? Well, let me tell you something. When you're worried about inflation, okay, you rich, okay? Because when you ain't got no money, you don't even know what the fuck inflation means, okay? So what I can tell you is this, okay? Double money bag emoji to my man Upscale, okay? Living in a great Class C. I saw Rusty's Class C today. It looks good. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Shout out to Journey with Jordan paying no state income tax in Tennessee. He gonna buy another house in Naples. Why? Because he's about to be rich. Shout out to Tony, who married a rich pharmacist, and he played the saxophone. Okay, and what I could do is shout out to everyone out there who is trying to go against the grain, but knows you have to play. Okay. Shout out to everyone they're sacrificing. Shout out to everyone who doesn't sacrifice, and then when they don't sacrifice, they say, "Oh, you think you're better than me?" And you know what I say? Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. And move over, bitch. Okay. Journey with Jordan. A PhD in showing up is valuable. It's the only thing that's valuable. Because if a PhD, if a doctor, I'm talking about regular doctor, if they had every degree in the world, but they didn't show up to the hospital, they would be fired because they're useless. Your skill set is only evident when you're there. When you're not there, no one cares. Let's get the next person in here. Why? Because guys, you got to be there. People need you. Okay. And if you're not in a good place, if you're at Chick-fil-A because obesity is an epidemic, okay, if you're trying to save, okay, your drug addict daughter, okay, and you yourself need to be saved, what I can tell you is if two blonde people lead each other, they'll both be in a ditch, okay? So what I can tell you is this: I got compassion on everyone. That's why I believe the Federal Reserve should continue to help not just the stock market, but the 80% of society, okay? But what I tell you is this: I'm not the Federal Reserve, okay? And what I tell you is this: email your congressman or congresswoman. I'm an entertainer on YouTube on my third job. You're a psychopath that slept with 3 naps. So what I can tell you is this: will I take advice from you? Never. Who am I talking to? Whoever it applies. Why? Because that's the mindset when you're going against the grain. But, however, do I talk like this in public, in business things? No. Why? Because, guys, that's not proper. It's not respectful. It's not called for. In this platform, it is. See, psychopaths still think YouTube is like every place in the world. Oh, I should act like I act on YouTube in Starbucks at my job. No. What are you, psychopath? Yes, you are. So the problem is the psychopaths took over YouTube, but now they're done with members only and with blocking, they're done. And with Trump not getting reelected, trolls are done. Okay, and so now they thought they had a voice, but the truth is, look, guys, your voice is done, okay? Why? Because no one wants to hear it. Your parents don't want to hear it. I saw a guy with mental problems on YouTube. I like this guy. And he bashed another guy with mental problems who stalked him. Why? Because, guys, even people with mental problems don't want to be stalked by other people with mental problems. He even said, look, I got enough problems of my own. I don't want to hear about your shit. See, you never heard 2 psychopaths screaming at each other, okay? And I heard it. And I even said, look, this psychopath's right, that one's wrong, okay? Because let me tell you something, guys, okay? You don't want your life to be an episode of Judge Judy, okay? And what I can tell you is some people's episodes of their life are on Judge Judy steroids, okay? And what I can tell you is this, guys. Intensity is what it takes to go against the grain. Let's go back live comments. My man Upscale. Shit, man. I have some health problems. I'm praying for you. Try to do your best. But I go to work. There you go. And I say, I got to take the pain because no one's taking care of me. Well, take care of yourself. Drink more water. Try to cut out the fried, fatty foods. And stretch. Try not to go 3 days without being in the gym. So you say, well, I don't like the gym. Well, I don't like the gym either, but try not to go 3 days without gym and just do 15 minutes. 15 minutes of, some type of exercise. Will it make your life perfect? No. Will it make it better? Yes. What's the difference between your best life and your worst life? Trying to make better decisions, not perfect ones. Good job. Coconut Dreams, Elon Musk in the building. Elon just sent a rocket up live, exploded when landed. Well, he failed a bunch of times, okay? But he succeeded more. Why? Because he keeps showing up. He's obviously very smart and he knows how to play the game. Okay, so what I can tell you is, guys, Elon knows that how do you become a billionaire? You get into a business where the Federal Reserve subsidizes it. Guys, NASA and the government subsidizes SpaceX. They get contracts from them. And same thing with, that's how Tesla got saved, okay? So he created PayPal on his own. I'm not saying government did everything for him, but, and the government rightfully should. Those things are bettering society. But what I want to tell you in life, guys, is that don't hang with people, okay, that begrudge Elon Musk. Now, I may not like Elon Musk on some stuff, but I still say he has some benefit in society. Okay. Coconut says, what's the best day of the week to drive down to Florida? 2 weeks ago. Okay. Coconuts, you should have been in Florida 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago. You waiting for the perfect conditions, man. So I love you, Coconuts. You're probably one of my biggest supporters. But you know me, brother. I go against the grain. I tell my biggest supporters, get your ass in gear. Why? Because you slacking. You're getting sloppy. You're getting too comfortable in your heated apartment in Midtown Manhattan, brother. Okay. And you're going to waste another year, man. I don't want to see that for you. Okay. You say inspirational nomad. Someone told me today, you're never going to grow your channel talking to members like that, blocking people like that. I said, well, let me tell you this. I don't make decisions on growing my channel. Why? Because I made a decision that I'm going to be myself. And if it grows, great. If it doesn't, it is what it is. Okay. See, some people talk down to their audience in order for their own capitalism, on their own capital. And what I can tell you is, look, you got to do what you want to do. Everyone has a right to run their channel how they want. Am I going to do videos about, Mickey Mouse, about all that other? That's not me. Okay. My videos is get your ass down to Florida. What you been waiting for? My videos talking about show up every day. My videos talking about skip Chick-fil-A. Okay. My videos talking about, look, I'm going against the grain. I'm a YouTube creator that tells you, okay, if you don't like my channel, even if you super chat me, you may get blocked. Why? Because I don't like your comments. Okay. And I'm not talking to you, Coconuts. I'm talking about in general. But I'm not saying everyone should do this. Okay. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is you have to do some things in life that, look, when Elon Musk founded SpaceX, he said he knew he had a 1% chance of success. He mitigated his risk because he already made his money through PayPal and Tesla. So when you take risks, you have to mitigate them. But what I'm trying to tell you is life is about calculated risk, okay? And that's your best life. Drop the mic emoji. Thank you, brother. Journey. Unrelated, but I recently got some blue light blocking glasses, okay? Blue blockers. I remember blue blockers. And it has really helped my eye strain looking at the computer all day. There you go, brother. Thought it might be something you can benefit from. Well, I appreciate that, brother. I remember blue blockers. I never heard of them. I'll tell you what I do. I got a pair of Publix $20 sunglasses, rose-colored glasses. So I appreciate that. That's a good insight, though, brother. Your phone is your greatest investment. The best thing that happened to society was remote learning. Why? Because if your children don't know now, if they don't learn now how to operate technology, what are they going to do with their life? Okay. Because what I can tell you is whether you're ordering construction materials, whether you're in a hospital as a nurse, and shout out to Keeping Up with Bree. Coconuts, you want to see some hot chick that you can flirt with on Instagram? Check out my viewer, Keeping Up with Bree. Her Instagram is beautiful Bree _3X. And what I can tell you is this: a lot of people out there, okay, are dating through direct messaging, okay? And that's technology. Dating, doctors are ordering medical supplies through tablets, through their phone. Construction workers, okay, are logging in the materials they need to be ordered through their company tablet, okay? If you don't know how, okay, to do your homework assignment on some type of technology platform, guess what, guys? You're Barney Rubble, okay? You're Floyd Flintstone, okay? And what I could tell you is this: it's going against the grain if you think that you're going to fight technology and win. It was like fighting the automobile and winning. Now, could you still buck the trend? Of course. And there's sometimes in life you have to buck the trend, but there's sometimes in life you got to go with the grain. Why? Because you can't. Here's the thing, guys. Energy is valuable, okay? Very valuable. And so you need all your energy for the resistance, for the important things of your life. You don't need to waste your energy on people that, look, you really don't like, you don't respect. Look, you think you're better than them. You think they're a piece of shit, period. Okay. So look, ultimately only God can judge them. You know that you can be broken. I know I can be broken. I know I can be humbled. I know I can be on the doctor's bed tomorrow, flat broke, and need a catheter. I make that statement by trying to, in a bold way, express to you, don't waste your energy on bullshit, on people that are bullshit. Jesus said, don't throw your pearls to swines, meaning don't answer comments that are so stupid and ignorant, okay? They're wasting your time. Because you need your energy for the important things. You need your energy, okay, for the investments. You need your energy, okay, for the IT deployments. You need your energy to take care of your physical health, to go for a walk, okay, to wipe the dookie off your shoes, to eat healthy, to look at the food labels. You don't need to waste your energy on someone who's figuring out what to draw today. Don't waste your energy. Sam, this is Upscale. Sam, what do you think about Ford Flex? I don't like the way it looks. It looks like a boxy station wagon, not fuel efficient. You can't stand up. So look, guys, you got two options: live in a car, SUV, or living in a high top van or RV. But if you can't stand up, that means you're probably going to live in a car, SUV. So if you're going to live in a car and SUV, at least get something fuel efficient so you can DoorDash, Uber, or it's just fuel efficient, period, because food and fuel are the biggest costs on the roads. So the Ford Flex, I would say, is not in that category. It's not fuel efficient. To me, I don't even like the way it looks, and it's just excess. So I would say you'd be better off with a RAV4, I think a hybrid. Look, if you're going to get a regular car, get a hybrid. Get a Toyota Highlander. If you want a big SUV, that's hybrid. Why? Because you get climate control, you get good fuel economy, you could still tow. Now look, if you're going to go full RV or you're going to go high top van, then you're never going to DoorDash, you're never going to Instacart, you're never going to have that option, even if you never use it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you're also not going to be making videos traveling all over Florida. So you always have to ask yourself, okay, when someone asks me that question, like Upscale, you're asking me, I'm answering what fits my lifestyle. So as a 40-year-old man, my lifestyle right now is keeping maximum flexibility. I'm going to probably add some comfort here, but it's not going to be at the expense of closing doors on options that give me the flexibility to travel at will, to be fuel efficient, and to, have possible sources of revenue. So as a 60-year-old person who's on disability, or as a 75-year-old retired person, my answer would be different. But I would say I would not even get the Ford Flex even if I was 60 or 75. If I was 60 years old and up, I would look at things I could fully stand up in that were fully self-contained, whether I convert the van myself or the RV is fully built out. But I would not be in the middle. And a Ford Flex is in the middle. It's not fuel efficiency. It's not climate control. It's not a big clunky RV, but it's useless metal. So either stay in the Class C would be my opinion, or go to the hybrid like Toyota Highlander or something like that. Upscale. Are you sure you can stretch out in a Soul? Yes. I would only get the Kia Soul though if I consider the home base. Because if I don't get the home base, I'm going to go a hybrid. I wish the Kia Soul was hybrid or electric. They had a Kia Soul electric, but I want hybrid plug-in electric because I don't want to be limited to charging stations. So the Kia Soul, if I put the front seat all the way forward and the back seat down, you could be at least 6'2" and fully stretch out. Because in the RAV4, I don't even need to put the front seat down. I can fully stretch out. So any car that has 4 doors, you're pretty good in, other than a smart car. As long as you're not above, I would say 6 foot, 6'2". So the biggest decision I would have to make is I'm only going to stay with a regular gasoline car. And if I go a regular gasoline car, I'm getting a Kia Soul. Why? Why waste money on a depreciating asset that I want to be fuel efficient? I'm going to beat up and put a lot of miles on. And, if I'm not going to get the hybrid, then that means I'm going to get a home base and I'm going to just get the Soul. If I'm going to stay on the road without any home base, I'm probably going to get a hybrid. So I can get the climate control, keep fuel efficiency, and even if I do buy a home base, I still have the options of everything I want. So you have to play out the scenarios of, look, I'm going against the grain by not living in a house. I'm going against the grain by living in a car. So I have to really be focused on my purchases because there's no way I'm going to be able to meet my objectives if I get sloppy. If I just say, okay, I'll go to the dealership without a focus. And wait, let me show me this car, show me that. I got to study before I go to the dealership. I got to be willing to walk away from the dealership. I have to know all my numbers. I have to know not just what feels good, but what fits my objectives. Because I'm going against the grain of society. I'm in society. I'm working. I'm productive. I'm legal. But I am also 1% of society not living in a house, not living a conforming life, working from the road, always on the road. And so for me to be able to sustain it requires a level of awareness, discipline, grace of God, focus, all those things that You know, you gotta have this energy. I know this energy is off-putting. Now, again, I know I'm not in one sense better than anyone, but at the same time, I'll never allow someone in my life to say, oh, you think you're better than me? Fuck you. So I'm trying to show you guys and girls and people that in the intimate times in your life, and I consider this an intimate time, this hour I go live every night, that you have to really get this mindset going and charge your batteries. Because in the world, you have to be respectful to all, and you have to play the game a little bit, but you have to realize you're going against the grain. 80% of society is not thinking about what you're thinking about. They're not doing what you're doing, okay? Whether they're poor or rich, because there's some people right now in a subsidized apartment watching me in temperature control, eating food, and laughing or getting pissed. There's some people that are wealthy as hell, you know, maybe saying, what the fuck is this guy talking about living in his car? There's some people living on the road saying, you know, so I got a bunch of people from a bunch of backgrounds looking at me. And what I can tell you is very few of them, if any, have lived in their car for 4 years full time, still doing it. Okay. And, you know, so guys, I'm going against the grain. So what I'm trying to tell you is, like, you're not going to just chill. There has to be this focus. And you can't, like, allow certain people, certain vibes in your life, in your personal business ventures, in your main job ventures, or in a shared environment. You have to play the game, because it's not just you. And I respect that. In my life, it's just me. And whoever wants to ride with this. And if you don't want to ride with this, there's nothing against that. I have my man, iSurvivor. He joined today. I think he's from Staten Island. He was living in his car. Then what'd he do? He got out of his car and he went into an apartment. Why? Because it was the best thing for him and his family. Okay. But he said, Sam, I just rejoined. I'm reinventing myself. And I said, praise the Lord. Keep reinventing yourself. But when he left the channel, or he stopped leaving comments, I didn't make videos saying, you better watch my videos. You better subscribe. You better join. No. Why? Because I give people that freedom, and I want that freedom back. Okay. If I don't bother people, if they don't watch my channel, they don't subscribe, then don't bother me if I don't engage in you in the way you want. Because I'm giving you the freedom to do whatever you want. I got to get the same freedom. I got to have a mutual reciprocal relationship in my shit. Okay. And there's some other guy or girl or transgender with no content, a crazy profile, fake ass name, talking about, well, you're never going to grow your channel. So vulgar. You talk about coochie in a hot tub. Let me tell you this. Okay. Double coochie, a fat coochie. Okay. With a lot of pubic hairs all in your mouth, motherfucker. Why? Because you ain't never going, well, I'm not even going to say it, because I don't want to say some nasty things and then put that energy out there. But what I want to tell you is, you know, what? I mean, come on, man. I'm not bothering you. If you don't like my channel, move on. Okay. I want peace to be with you. Okay. But back the fuck up. Okay. Because this is my shit. Okay. You know, and what I could do, and then the other people try to tell you, well, this is what the fuck they ain't doing nothing. They trying to tell you what to do. Okay. Okay. Like Kanye West told Sway, you know, what's the name of your outfit? I never heard of it. Okay. So, guys, what I can tell you is this. You're going against the grain, so am I. Right, good job. Coconuts. I'm leaving very soon, doing last minute things. I'm out of here. Brother, I believe in you, Coconuts, okay? And I'm hoping, I'm lying to you. I don't believe you. I fucking can't lie, okay? I love you, Coconuts. You've been a blessing to me. So I pray that you surprise me. And I pray, just don't, well, I don't know, you do whatever you want. But, you know, a lot of people tell me, like, yeah, I'm in Florida, and they're still in Staten Island. All I can tell you is, I'm not telling you to come down now if you're not ready. You have to do you, okay? This is your life. So, and I'm not telling you if you come to Florida, you're still not going to be sad. You're still not going to have bad days. Not going to be cold fronts. It was cold front today, 65. Very cold. I can't wait to get back to 80 this weekend. But what I got to tell you guys is, you know, what do you say to a crackhead when they say, I'm starting on Monday to stop smoking crack? Very soon. What do you tell a fat person that says, after the holidays, I'm getting my health together? What do you tell them? Now, you lie to them. You say, hey, all right, I'm proud of you. I hope you lie. Okay. Because they're going with the grain. They're not going against the grain. Because against the grain is, you know what? I just fucking left my house. I'm on I-95 now, okay? I got no shit with me. I got my credit card. I don't even have a full tank of fucking gas. You know, against the grain is, you know, I'm not eating shit. I'm going on a fast before the holidays. I'm going to eat less than I ever ate in my life before the holidays. And are most people doing that? Hell no. They're going with the grain, not against. And that's why they see this energy of, oh my God. And I'm not saying I'm like this in public, because I'm not. But I'm saying in my mindset, I am. Okay? And I'm looking like RoboCop. I'm examining all the shit around me, okay? And I'm saying, this a dirt bag, okay? This person lazy. I'm scanning all that shit and I ain't even blinking. Okay, and what I'm trying to tell you is this. Let's do it. Journey, I'm not a nomad anymore. That's all right. You got that money bag, okay? And he goes, but I'm still enjoy and support this channel. I appreciate you. You did the right thing. Because when you have to get your career together, you need stabilization. You need to be stable, not mobile. Okay, so I got in the mobile lifestyle after my career was already situated. I sold my house after my career was situated. I didn't need to be stationary. When you're building a career, when you're building your life, you need to be stable, okay? You know, you don't need volatility. When you're coming out of rehab, out of jail, out of school, you don't need volatility. You shouldn't be graduating high school and starting to live in your car. That's, to me, that's stupid. You need stability when you're growing. You need mobility when you're about to go to another fucking level. Okay, that's what I tell you. Coconuts, $1.99 suitcase super sticker. Damn it, brother. If you're as smart as the super stickers you put, because you put good super stickers, I could tell you this, brother. May the road trip on I-95 bless it upon you, okay? And I want you to get so inspired, brother, that you don't get caught in the Bermuda Triangle of the I-95 corridor, which is South Carolina. A lot of people give up on South Carolina. Keep going south. I love you, Coconuts. I thank you for everything you've done for me. But I love you enough, okay, to push you to your promised land. Now, again, only do what you want. Because if you do something only because I push you, okay, it's not going to work out. If you want to stay in Manhattan, if you want to do whatever, whatever anyone wants to do, you have to do it because you want, not because I want. But what I'm trying to tell you is when you want to do something that's against the grain, whether it's retire early, lose 200 pounds, whether it's work remotely, whatever, you better get ready to get intense. Because you're sitting there with two bad knees on a paddle board and you're going against the current. And if you've never been on a paddle board and your knees start to buckle and you got a paddle and you say, oh shit, I got to go all the way back. You don't know what life is. Okay. Journey with Jordan, $1.99 super chat. Build up thy wealth all the way from destitute Dave Ramsey capital. Well, let me tell you this, brother. Let me tell you that you're about to take Tennessee out of destitution. Why? Because Tennessee, okay, they now got more money with you there. Why? Because you're working, okay? And you're about to change some shit, okay? So, are you telling me Kentucky can change? South Carolina, no, they ain't ready yet. Tennessee coming up, okay? So, what I can tell you is this, Journey with Jordan. In my opinion, you're still a Floridian. Because Naples is all over you, okay? You got that Naples wealth, okay? Where, you know, like, it's a little bit like, you know, I like that, okay? So, some people say you live in a car, you're destitute. Yeah, but I don't tell people from Naples you think you're better than me. Hell no. Because I know they not. You know what I mean? Like, I never looked at someone and say, you think you're better than me? The only person that would say you think you're better than me is someone who knows they're a piece of shit. Because, guys, I'm living in poverty, basically. Okay, I'm not in poverty, but I'm living it. And I never look down on anyone, except people that have a negative mindset that they look down on themselves and then they want to play a guilt trip with me. So what I can tell you is this, shout out to Dave Ramsey, because he did help me. I bash him a lot, but I give him credit where it's due. He helped me focus awareness to my financial health. And I give him credit. Okay, I give him credit. I disagree on some things, and that's fine, because I know some people disagree with me on things. So I respect it. Okay. And so what I can tell you, brother, in my opinion, you'll be in Naples. Coconuts will be somewhere. Upscale will be somewhere. Tony, I love him. Tony, forgive me, man. I don't want to put your business on Front Street about the pharmacist. Forgive me, brother. Upscale. Sam. Oh, let me go back. Well, let me read Upscales. We'll go back. Sam, if you buy land, do it in an unincorporated area. You then technically get away with a travel trailer on a lot. Nah, that's not true, but I appreciate your comment. Why? I checked in 2 unincorporated towns. The zoning laws still prohibit you living in your trailer on your lot. Yep. So the only way you can live on your lot, and I've checked just about in unincorporated town, is if you have a dwelling in accordance with the local municipalities. Even Okeechobee, Florida is like that, okay? In a Viking land, which is in the middle of nowhere. So believe it or not, now you can, like I've talked to some municipality people, and they say, look, you can try to get away with it, but I'm telling you now, if your neighbors report you, or if one of our people ever found out, you would get served a notice, and we'd cut off your utilities. Because one is, they will not even put utilities on a lot unless you have approved building plans, and they'll only activate the utilities for 6 months while you build. So they're guys, they don't want you living in your RV anywhere in a decently you got to go all the way to the Panhandle. There's some counties, I think Taylor Creek County or something on the northwest of Florida, they allow it. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's destitute land. So in Southeast Florida, you can't do it. You got to be in an RV lot community, or you got to be really on the low. Or there are some exceptions where if it's zoned agriculture, you can kind of get away with it, but you got to be very careful. Challenge to the welder, brother. I was trying to look up Workhorse today, but I know you sold it and you made your money. You never make money until you sell a stock. You never make money until you sell your house. However, you say, Sam, the stock went up. Guys, you can't look backwards. The biggest thing you need to learn in investment is you're never going to time the top. You're never going to time the bottom. If you got out with a profit, you beat the odds because you're going against the grain to make a profit in any investment. 80% of businesses fail. 90% of traders fail. So guys, if you're making any profit, you are exceptionally going against the grain. Challenger to welder. Working for one more year. Damn it, I like where you're going. Trying to make $1 million. Well, brother, aim for $1 million. Even if you make 500 grand, you're amongst the stars. Even if you make 200 grand, which I think you already made, you beat the odds. This is what I want to tell everyone investing, trading, or starting a business. Have a great goal. Aim for the moon, even if you miss, you're amongst the stars. But if you have 200 grand, if you have 60 grand, if you have no debt, don't take too much risk. Why? You don't need to. You don't need to take a lot of risk when you have no debt, when you have a steady flow of income. You don't need a $1 million round number. You can have 243,000. You're blessed. Don't take too much risk once you're blessed. I made that mistake. Mitigate your risk, take calculated risk, and enjoy the fact that you have already beat the odds. Challenger to welder, you're already in 10% of society. Upskill. Journey with Jordan's on his way, Coconut's been on his way. Tony, look, he got a rich wife, he made it. But even if Tony was a struggling saxophone player, okay, clearing $3,000 a month with $20,000 in savings with no debt, guys, he's beat 80% of society. Have I been in 80% of society? Yeah, most of my life. You know, Nas did an album. He said, to be honest with you, I've been rich longer than I've been poor. So has 50 Cent, so has Jay-Z. I've been middle or lower class longer than I've even been debt-free. And I'm still in the middle class by the numbers. So what I can tell you is this, guys. I don't know why someone would want to shame you. Why would someone want to talk down to you? There's no guilt in going after what you want, earning it, inheriting it. As long as you're not screwing someone for it, enjoy that shit. Enjoy it. Like I enjoy myself. Why? Because what I can tell you is this. Is that when I was young, I got a good job. I worked for it. And I kept working at it. But I felt like I should pay it forward, and I did. I got other people's jobs. And then they treat it like shit. And they didn't show up. They didn't respect it. And now, eventually, there were some people I helped get a job, and they did treat it the right way. But what I could tell you is, never get a job for someone that isn't putting effort into their life, because that job not going to help them. It's going to destroy your life. And when you see someone as a security guard, they show up every day, they're diligent, help them get a promotion. Why? They've earned it. On their own. They went against the grain by treating their security job like a CEO job. I know a guy who did that, and even though he was a little bit of a, he was tight ass, and I loved him. He was a tight ass. And I even told him, like, look, you're a little fucking too tight. But I respected him. And I said, look, you got to be you. I said, you know I'm a little liberal, so I know you're a little tight. I respect it. But I'll tell you this. I'd recommend he be promoted again in a second. Why? Because he earned it. And he didn't bash anyone for it. He never begrudged anyone. He came in that office every day with dignity. He treated his job with so much respect. And he failed. I remember him telling me. And I think he was scared to take the promotion. He goes, Sam, he goes, you know what? I had an opportunity to be a manager at one time, and I'm a little bit tight. He's got a little bit of a temper sometimes. He holds it in. And he got in an argument, like similar with Journey with Jordan, and he failed, and he was scared. I said, brother, I appreciate you sharing that, but we all fail. Now you got to go forward. Okay. You're smarter now. You've learned. You're still going to have failure. You got to go forward. And what I could tell you is this, guys. Okay. Going forward is going against the grain. Why? Most people going backwards. Most people relapsing, not re-upping. Most people are regressing, not progressing. That's fact. So, when you have, look, when someone thinks that you're acting like you're better than them, it's a statement on them, not on you. Okay? Because you have to be surgically precise on who you allow in your life, how you grow your life, how you acquire things to achieve things in your life. And who you are, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be fighting with people that don't understand who you are. Because I don't know how you're going to fight the world and fight your inner circle. It's impossible. Impossible. Even my father, I cut him out. I'm just sitting up there like, I'm trying to, do great things with my life. Now, he thinks they're not, but I looked at his life. I never said to him, well, I didn't think marrying for the second time, building a house in South Jersey was wise, but I didn't bash him for that. So what I told him was back the fuck up. Don't bash me. So if I told my own father, get the fuck out of my life, I don't know why sometimes people who don't even have any, don't really know me, they think they're going to tell me how to live it's impossible. I'm not going to get in a fight with them. I'm not going to argue because that's childish. I avoid conflict. I don't engage in it. But I have a mindset of these people are Looney Tunes. Okay. And I don't know why someone would even wish bad on you. Because if they have that mindset that they can even think that, then why would you, I would never even try, I would never even want to be around them. Like if someone can go and you got, look, guys, people close to you end up turning your back. But what I could tell you is this, keep focused on you. Don't focus on your brother. Don't focus on your sister. Don't focus on your mother. Don't focus on your father. Don't focus on your friends. Focus on you. Why? Self-care is a full-time job. Self-care is going against the grain. Why? Most people need Medicare, not self-care. Okay. Most people, their goal in life is to get Medicare. That's true. It's true. And I believe in universal health care, so I don't want to hear shit. But it's a problem, okay? When people are neglecting their health, okay? And because, guys, Medicare is great. I want universal health care, but what I'm trying to tell you is all a doctor, all a nurse, all they can do is stabilize you until you can get released from the hospital so then you can go do self-care. Guys, when you go in the hospital, and I've been to the hospital a few times, is all they're doing is stabilizing and trying to resolve an emergency. Then you're sent home to do the work of your life. It was like the same principle. You go to church, but then you're supposed to get out of church and not go preach the gospel, but just go live your best life. And people they're trying to evangelize. And I almost got caught in that algorithm. I had to get out of it. But what I want to tell you is this, okay? You need the grace of God. I think I heard my man, Internally Inspired, talk about he doesn't preach one religion, but he sees value in faith, and so do I. I see value in faith. I thank God for faith, even though I curse God sometimes. But where I disagree with Internally Inspired is he mind fucks, is there a heaven and hell? You can mind fuck, is there a heaven and hell, until you'll know for sure, because you'll die. But bottom line is you're supposed to focus on how do you wake up early and not be depressed. See, for people who sleep late and are depressed, they're trying to figure out, is there a heaven or hell? I'm trying to figure out, how the fuck can I wake up early, get my big ass in the gym, make some money on my side investment, show up at my main job, masturbate under a palm tree, and go to sleep on time? That'll keep me busy. I don't even think I thought one time today, is there a heaven or hell? Okay. Well, I heard some comments on my channel that people had to block. I said, this motherfucker, send them back to hell where they belong. I said that. So, guys, you can say this guy's crazy, screaming in his car. And look, they said John the Baptist was crazy, screaming in the wilderness. So, look, I don't care. Because I'm not trying to convert you. Okay, I'm not. I'm not even trying to convert you to a revenue member. Why? Because, guys, I've blocked more members than I asked for members. Okay. And what I want to tell you is this. Okay. I want you to get the most out of your life. Because I want to get the most out of my life. Okay. And I think when you do that, you'll be successful one way or another. And if you're not, you'll still be like Challenger the Welder. You may not make $1 million, but shit, 223,000, I'll take that. Okay. You may not get back to Naples, but being upper middle class in Tennessee with no state income tax, I'll take that. You may not get all the way to South Florida, but you'll get to the Palm Coast coconuts. Will I take that? Well, at least get to Satellite Beach, Melbourne Beach. So what I pray I didn't offend you. And I know sometimes I do. But what I could tell you is there's nothing, I don't know, I can't say everything to everyone. I can't reach everyone. And you have to get out of that mindset of you're going to reach everyone all the time. No. I'll work with everyone in certain settings. In this setting, no. Why? Because this is a creative setting, a venture. Okay. This is not, okay, this is an artist form, okay? This is not me making a delivery of DoorDash to your house. This is not me doing an IT deployment where the success of the mission counts on me communicating to you and serving you. This creative venture, okay, is about me delivering value, okay, in a way that I see fit, okay? Not some psychopath on psychopathic drugs that ain't taking care of themselves. They're going to tell me how to do my shit. And I say, well, you got plenty of work doing your own life. Don't worry about my life, okay? Plenty, okay? Because I can be living in a car and still be living way better than you, way better, okay? So what I could tell you is this, guys. I appreciate you, coconuts. Well, I can tell you this, guys and girls. Don't worry about the size of your chat room. Don't worry about the size of your penis. Don't worry about the size of your breasts. Should you worry about the size of your stomach? Yes. Why? Because obesity is an epidemic. Okay. And I love my mom. She's obese. I thank God for my mom. I thank God for fat people. Why? Because my father was a skinny, anal, retentive asshole. Okay. So I can't say that that's everything, but I want to give you some parables. Coconuts. DoorDash had an IPO today. Oh, did it IPO today? I wasn't sure what day. It doubled. Yeah, if you could have got DoorDash at under $100 a share, it would have been a go. What did it close at? I didn't know it IPO today. I don't buy IPOs; they're too risky. I'll do market movers in the S&P 500 or Nasdaq. Why? Because I don't want too much volatility. Why? Because I'm not taking that much risk. Why? Because I've already secured a level of financial security that the worst thing I can do now is take too much unnecessary risk. The best thing I can do is take small calculated risk and build sustainable side revenue. And it may make them a point where YouTube is too much risk. Because I've seen someone that they ain't even monetize get stalked, okay? So I said, shit. Well, let's see what's their stock trading symbol, brother? DoorDash trading symbol. What's their trading symbol? All publicly traded companies have a trading like acronym, a symbol. So DoorDash closed at $189 a share, up 85%. Wow, it's amazing. Their trading symbol is Dash, D-A-S-H, like Dame Dash. They trade on the New York Stock Exchange. Look, the CEO is a very smart guy, man. Tony X or whatever, very smart guy. Look, I remember when I was deciding, and I actually saw some psychopath on YouTube. He's got a channel about living in his car, living in Florida. And, well, I shouldn't call him a psychopath, but, he's got his issues. And look, even though I think, like, a little bit he scams, maybe, I don't know, but he's the one that put me up on game with DoorDash. And I looked at DoorDash, I looked at Uber, Instacart wasn't really popular, and I looked at the interface app. And DoorDash has the best interface app, better than Grubhub, At that time, Postmates, everything. And that's why they're successful, because their interface app is unbelievable. And what I can tell you is that's why money floweth to them, because they add tremendous value in the marketplace. Upsdale says, good message tonight. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Coconuts, Airbnb has an IPO tomorrow. Damn, they're IPOing too? Damn, a lot of IPOs. Is that a bubble? Look, if I had to buy stock, I don't know what, I don't even want to tell you. But yeah, I prefer DoorDash over Airbnb. However, look, in a bubble economy, they'll probably both go up, but I wouldn't buy either one. Why? I'm trying to get 0.25%, 0.1% on one market mover in the S&P or NASDAQ or Dow. Why? Because I don't want volatility. I want an in and out, small thing. Don't trade before 9:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, be careful trading certain windows. But everyone has a different trading strategy. So the best advice I can give any investor is get a savings account with at least $12,000 in there. Pay off your debt. And then if you have a steady job and you have all those things in place, even if you risk money and you lose it, you're not destitute. And that's the way you want to live life. Trading with Jordan. DoorDash has great looking user interface, the best one, in my opinion. Instacart, well, I never really did Instacart too tough, but yeah, I think DoorDash is, I like DoorDash because it's in and out. It's like a day trade. Instacart is like a long-term investment. It's going to play mental games with you. You got to go to Publix, you got to go to a grocery store, you got to buy all this stuff. There's not some stuff in stock. I don't like that. I like to pick up a bag, everything's in, I'm out, I'm going, I'm done. Okay. So I heard now there's a waiting list for some areas for DoorDash to sign up. That's amazing. Look, guys, strike when the iron's hot. Why? Because the iron isn't always hot. Okay, when the iron gets cold, you have to adapt. Part of living against the grain is adapting. Why? Because all of us humans are creatures of habit. And most people, their biggest struggle is dealing with change. That's why they have a storage unit. That's why they're Al Bundy talking about high school football, because they're struggling with change, letting go of the past. So if you get bought out by a new company and now you have a new procedure, you think the procedure is harder, but by you fighting it, you're fighting your own career. The best thing to do is not put up roadblocks. Don't make your company's job, don't make your company struggle with you. Because guys, girls, don't become a problem child at your job. Become a problem solver. And if you can't be a problem solver, just keep your mouth shut and keep showing up. And you're gonna go up, okay? People who show up and keep their mouth shut, at minimum, they keep their job. At maximum, they get promoted because other people don't keep their mouth shut, don't show up. But if you show up every day, keep your mouth shut, and even if you put in some effort, going right to the top. Overtime. My man Fred, what's up, man? Food delivery gig boomed this year due to the pandemic. That's true. But I will say this, even before the pandemic, when I did DoorDash last year, it was booming. So this just put gasoline on it and awareness to it, awareness. So it's a great side hustle. I don't know why anyone that has a driver's license, that has a fuel efficient car, why they wouldn't at least have it in their back pocket as an option. Why? Because the more options you have, the better it is for you. The more odds are in your favor to beat the odds, to go against the grain. Most people don't have two side hustles. Most people have one job. And if they lose their job, they wait to go back in that same industry. Like if you were in daycare and you lost your job due to the pandemic, don't sit around waiting for another job in daycare. You have to pivot. You have to adapt. That's why some people can't go against the grain, because they're not adapters. They're going to wait in that same spot forever. And that's why I tell you guys, the number one book I recommend, even today, buy the fucking hard copy, is the book, Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer Johnson. Why? Because the book is a simple, basic book about mice all in a maze. And every day the mice woke up and they would get fed cheese. But then one day, the cheese in the maze changed places. And most of the rats stayed in that one place waiting for it to come back. But a couple ventured out and adapted, and they succeeded. And that is the parable to life. That is the parable to going against the grain. Most people, they're going to sit in that same spot. You have to be willing to adapt. If you were in daycare, now you're not. Now you're in DoorDash. Now you're in the medical field. Pivot to the medical field. Pivot to IT. Pivot to a trade. Because it's going to be a long time before they get robots doing plumbing, electric, carpentry. Long time. Robots are going to take over DoorDash before they take over the trades. So what I can tell you is this: pivot. Good job. Upscale hobo. DoorDash has bad customer satisfaction. Many restaurants are going back to in-house delivery. I haven't seen that at scale. I had to drive, get my food, and never show up. He ate it. Well, I think that's the exception, not the rule, because I see growth. The numbers support growth. I respect your bad experience and how that puts literally a bad taste in your mouth. But I still see it, and the numbers prove it. The science proves it, that it's growing, not regressing. So I don't know why any restaurant would want to take the liability to hire a delivery person, have to pay for them, have to pay for the car, there's no reason. It's inefficient. Yes, you can say they control the driver a little bit more, but most businesses know that that is the past, not the future. Like taxi drivers know that's the past, not the future. So you may have a bad Uber experience where you're getting a Prius and it smells like Dookie, but Uber has replaced taxi drivers. DoorDash has replaced pizza delivery boys. So there may be some bad experiences. There may be some restaurants that go backwards, but DoorDash is the future until we get the full automated cars. Fred? DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats, Grubhub, all did well this year, including Instacart. Don't forget Instacart. Amazon delivery, also well, are in high demand. Guys, just remember, when they automate that will be gone. But that's a great side hustle for now. And if you need to make it a main hustle until you can get in the medical industry, until you can get in the IT industry, until you can get in a trade, until you can get into something, then do it. And if you're retired or if you have other sources of income and you just need to use that as a supplemental income, do it. But whatever you do, do something. Why? Because idle time is the devil's playground. The person out of the workforce gets worse and worse. The person in the workforce gets better and better. A body in motion stays in motion. Okay, so everything in life gets better when you develop a rhythm, a pattern, and you're able to deal with adversity and failure more because you're going. But when you're laying down and you get kicked, you're even worse because you got no motion. You're just, it's like, so if you're down in life, don't stay down. Why? Because the world will keep kicking you. So just get back up, like Journey with Jordan did, like Upscale, like Fred, like Tony. I pray Tony don't hate me. Maybe he don't want me to keep blowing up the spot about his wife. I apologize. Coconuts, I love you. Look, I apologize if I hurt anyone. I don't mean it, but I got to be me, and I understand if you got to be you and say, look, your live feeds hurt me too much. Then I understand that, and I don't judge you, and don't judge me. Why? Because like Chris Brown said, if you judge me, then I'm a judge, and it can get ugly, okay? And you don't want that, okay? So, and I don't want that. Why? Because I don't want drama, guys. I want peace. And if you're not part of peace, if you're not part of prosperity, you're part of the block club. You're part of the Kembe Mutombo. You getting blocked, whether your comment, your profile, or your real life presence. Why? Just don't need that energy in my life, okay? And you don't need my energy if it's opposite of your direction. So, thank you everyone for watching. Hope my videos help you in some way. Peace. Thank you.